Welcome to this edition of Safety First. I'm your host, Tim Kelly, joined today by two distinguished gentlemen. We have Fire Chief Cedric Scott. We also have Acting Fire Marshal Charles Chapin. Gentlemen, thank you both for being with us.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Well, it's a really good occasion to be here. We're celebrating an anniversary of the Fire Safety Blitz program.
Right.
And tell us a little bit about what the program is and what the mission of it is, and then we'll get into maybe how this past year has gone for the program with the fire department.
Well, this program is certainly in line with Mayor and Council's goals of community engagement, and I'm very excited to see the 1-year anniversary come, which means that we've been out in the community and trying to make a difference. But the Fire Safety Blitz is the name of the program. The Fire Safety Blitz is a program where we try to, when someone has a fire in their home, we use that as an opportunity while it's fresh on the minds of people in the community to go back to that same community within 24 hours. Mm-hmm. So there's a fire at the house, firefighters and units then go back to that community, and what we do is we go door to door. We canvass the community in a 2-block radius of the structure that burned. We go house to house. We talk to them about fire safety education, check their smoke detector, talk to them about services that we offer here, and one that we'll get to talk about a little bit later is the passport program. Right. that we have. We have brochures to talk about that. Yes. And so it gives us an opportunity to get out and talk to neighbors about being fire safe. When there's a fire, usually in someone's community, in about a 2-block radius, everyone knows. They hear the sirens, they see the fire trucks, and it's a good opportunity for us to say, while it's fresh on your mind, have you checked your smoke detector? Do you have a fire escape plan for your home? So that is what we've been doing over the last year, and just a bit we'll talk about some of the numbers and our activities over this past year. But we're glad to be here today with you to talk about it.
Well, I definitely think it's certainly a proactive education opportunity for you and your staff to get out there and do this. Certainly it's a bad situation when you have a fire because the impact on the person or the business or whatever the circumstances are.
Right.
But again, it's a great learning opportunity or teaching opportunity, I should say, not only about what resources you offer, because I think
right.
people think the fire department, everybody have a different perception about what the fire and rescue department does. Mm-hmm. Well, there are a lot of things you do that people probably don't know.
Right.
And I think, again, as you said, it's an opportunity. We see some of the items on the table
right.
in front of us here, and I know we'll talk about that in just a second. But again, a good way to touch people while it's fresh in their mind, as you said. I mean, everybody knows when your neighbors unfortunately had a fire or an
right.
incident like that, but it's a great opportunity to make sure that you don't have to go back to that same location in a short period of time, or hopefully
yes.
in the near future or ever,
right.
to have to deal with these circumstances if it's preventable.
Right.
And that's really what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Fire prevention.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that to put you out of work, but not to have those situations come up, so,
exactly.
so your folks aren't having to respond. Mm-hmm. Well, again, we said it's been a year. Mm-hmm. How has the program been received? I mean, any experiences in being out there with the community? The incidents happen. Again, you and your staff, or the staff, are going back out there to mm-hmm. talk with the people in that 2-block radius you're mm-hmm. talking about. Mm-hmm. What are some of the feedback you're getting from citizens that y'all have been able an opportunity to engage with, just for feedback purposes?
A lot of the citizens have been very receptive to the program. Mm-hmm. As far as going out and physically, touching base with the individuals affected in that immediate area. Right. It's been an eye-opening experience for them based on the seriousness of the situation that occurred that right. has brought us back out there. Right. The fact of us going in and being able to talk with them about fire safety, to check on their smoke detectors, give them some of the handouts, the yardsticks and the fire safe postcards. Right. It really has helped. And talking about the fact of going back to some of those neighborhoods, mm-hmm. we have had some incidents this past year where we've actually had a fire in the 100 block of Clay Street.
Right.
And then we had another one just recently. The smoke detectors were checked in the house where the recent fire was, yes. and the smoke detectors didn't go off because the fire never extended into the house. It was an exterior fire, right. but going back and looking at the data, we were able to see that we went to this particular address mm-hmm. in the 100 block and checked those.
Yes.
Same thing on Chestnut Street. So it's had areas where we've had multiple incidents, not a direct result of anything, that we've done, but going out knowing that we've touched base with these folks,
Right.
and, potentially could have prevented an injury or a fatality.
Correct.
Right.
The message is getting out there,
Right.
and it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Right. Right.
And I think, certainly you have people that think, well, that won't happen to me. Never say that, because anything can happen. But again, having those tools in place, that the smoke detectors or the carbon monoxide detectors or whatever the equipment that's in the home, the fact of knowing, again, the 3-foot rule, and again, we'll talk about that in just a second, those kind of things to make sure that, unfortunately, it could happen to you. And here's some things you can do to prevent that, and here's how we, Suffolk Fire Rescue Department, in your case, are working with you, the community, to make sure we're keeping you as safe as possible.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Now, again, let's talk about the items we have here. Again, the yardstick here, again, I know it says, remember the 3-foot rule, keep
Right.
items that can burn at least 3 foot away from the heating equipment. And I know this is it serves multi-purposes. I mean, it's certainly a useful
Right.
tool, but
Right.
again, it's a good visual representation
It is.
of what we're talking about when you talk about 3 feet away, correct?
Right, exactly. Just as a good reminder to keep things that burn 3 feet away.
Right.
Curtains, space heaters, and to have this around is one of the good reminders
Yes.
there to try to keep things that burn away from things that produce heat.
Right.
So space heaters this time of the year is certainly very popular, and we want to get those a little bit too close to furniture
Yes.
and curtains, and
Yes.
so this is an opportunity to remind people about being fire safe. And so we've had an opportunity to get literature out there to talk about fire safety education, talk about having a fire escape plan for your family, which is important.
Yes,
And so we have this as a good little reminder type gift,
Right.
And then we have the opportunity then to talk about
Correct.
having a fire escape plan and practicing that plan when there's no fire and no fear.
Correct.
Sitting down and talking about where will be our meeting place as a family. If all of us came out of the house, if we woke up, the house was filled with smoke, where would we, if we all went out different exits, where would we all meet to make sure that we're all accounted for? Because if you don't establish where that meeting place is, what can end up happening is you don't see your loved one. You end up going back in trying to search for them, and then only to find out they had made it out safely. They
Right.
was at another location. So you establish that meeting place, which is so important. And it's an opportunity to put for residents of the home to just come to the table,
Right.
sit down, draw out a plan, talk about it. And so it gives us an opportunity to do that. It also gives us an opportunity to talk about smoke detectors and having a working smoke detector. And if they don't have a working smoke detector, we simply ask, would you allow us to put one in your home?
Correct.
Would you like to have one? And so smoke detectors save lives. When you're asleep in your home, and you know how quickly smoke detectors go off. All you have to do is cook a little bacon or something
That's
like
right.
that, and it goes off instantly. So we want it, though, to be just that sensitive at night when we're asleep, and to give us an opportunity to get out of a home and before it's too late. So this has been a great experience for us, and I'm just very proud of the program.
We talk about smoke detectors, and it's not just having it in the home, making sure that it's operating, but also I assume y'all are checking to make sure it's in the right space. Putting it, underneath the sink or somewhere out of the, it's not exactly where it needs to be, correct? I mean,
Right, and a lot of what we do is, we base off of what NFPA has recommended
Right.
as far as locations. One of the big pushes this past year with Fire Prevention Week was to hear the beep where you sleep. And what they found is their big push is to have smoke detectors in every bedroom. Reason being, a lot of people sleep with their bedroom doors closed. And that's a great tool as far as keeping smoke and a fire out of your bedroom. However, if your smoke detector is in the hallway and your bedroom door is closed, the possibility of you not hearing that smoke detector allows that smoke and the fire to continue to build, where at some point everybody's got a small space under their door where the smoke is going to seep into that bedroom.
Yes.
That's when the detector in your bedroom is going to alert you that there's a situation, and hopefully it's going to prompt you to do the proper techniques, go to the door, feel the door with the back of your hand. If it's hot, you're not going to open the door.
Correct. Right.
And make your way towards the window,
Right.
or everybody's got cell phones now.
Yes.
So the fact of people being trapped in their house and no one knowing exactly what their location is, with everyone having a cell phone, those chances are a lot less that we're not going to know where you are in that structure.
Correct.
So making that phone call to 911. Hey, I'm upstairs on the second floor in the front of the house. When we get there, we're going to go right to that second
Correct.
floor and make the rescue and hopefully be able to get folks out. But the key is, having working smoke detectors and having them properly placed in the residence.
Correct. And of course, you talk about the cell phone, but Chief, as you said, the good old-fashioned escape plan,
Yes.
and meeting area.
Yes.
As you said, the residents are not professional firefighters.
Right.
Your staff take care of that. But again, if the house is clear or the residence is clear of people and I guess in some instances pets too,
Right.
That situation is taken care of, then you can focus on addressing the fire rather than, of course, certainly saving the life, which is the first priority, I would assume, in those situations.
Yes,
Okay.
you're correct. We have gotten out, and one of the things that's came out of this is it is also gives us an opportunity to talk about the Passport program.
Correct.
Which is another
Yes, sir.
very important program that we have. And the Passport program is based on ambulance trips, trips to the hospital,
Yes, sir.
where we come to your house and we actually have to transport you to the hospital. Well, we have a program called the Passport program where if you pay $60 a year, it will cover you and your family. It will even cover if you have a family member in a nursing home. It'll also cover that family member as well. But what happens, you pay that $60, and what that does, it will mean that we will accept whatever your insurance company pays. You will not receive a bill in addition to that. And that very well can happen. You send you make your claim for your insurance.
Right.
They'll pay a portion of it.
Correct.
Well, then you receive a bill for the remaining portion.
right.
What this program does is that once you send it in and whatever the insurance company pays, that's it. You will not receive a bill after that. That is a terrific
Right.
deal. And I've been trying to get that message out.
Yes, sir.
Now the firefighters are out at the Fire Safety Blitz and talking about that. And of course, as you so very well remind all of us, if you go to the city's website, there's a button right at the top of the website that says Passport Program.
Right.
Well, you can click on that and give you all the information. It has a great video that talks about it. You can find the application and brochure for how to sign up for it.
Right.
But I want to encourage all citizens. If you think you're going to need to have an ambulance ride
Right.
here in the city of Suffolk, I would encourage you to enroll in the Passport program for $60 a year. Not $60 per person.
That's
now.
right.
$160 covers your whole family and even a family member in the nursing home.
And that's as many instances as that situation would occur, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a great program, and we would certainly be happy to talk to you about it. You can certainly call us here
Okay.
at 514-4550, and we will get that information to you and sign you up for the Passport program. So that's
good.
one other good piece.
Right.
But I think I just applaud Mayor and Council on their goal of community engagement, because it's challenged us to continue to find ways to engage the community. Right. And one of the ways you engage them is with information.
That's right.
Fire safety information on the EMS Passport program, information on our department. So it's as I said many times, it's a great time to be here in Suffolk, and it's a great time of year to say that we've had the Fire Safety Blitz in place for a year.
Right. And of course, the Fire Safety Blitz program, as you said, is a great opportunity to turn a bad situation into a good situation because of getting that information out there. And the Passport program, I think, is one of the prime examples of things that I don't know if the community is fully aware
Right.
that the Fire Rescue Department offers.
Right.
And you having that opportunity and your staff having the opportunity to sort of press the flesh, so to speak, when
Right,
you're dealing with people
exactly.
face to face,
Yes.
or leaving behind the information, because unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but sometimes people just aren't home when you're out there to
Right.
do the Blitz
Right.
program,
Right.
but you have the leave behind information, which sometimes it's just as simple as getting that information in front of those folks so that they know this is out there, things to be thinking of to, fire safe their
Yes,
home,
yes.
and getting that information there. And I think that's
Right.
where this program certainly will continue to show benefits for as having existence. And I thank you and everyone, Fire and Rescue, for making this program happen. Now, I know we have some numbers, kind of how the year has gone. If one of you want to share that with us as far as how many times this program has come into play.
Well, total fire safety blitz performed during this year. We've completed 18 of these during the year. We have one of the things that we didn't talk about is the door hangers. When people are not home,
Right.
we still leave information and we put door hangers on the door. So
Correct.
we left 188 door hangers. We've had 121 citizen contacts where this includes the yardsticks, the postcard with the fire safety information on it. Also give us opportunity to put the smoke detectors up and install those, and also talk about the fire safety blitz. So 121 contacts. We put up 41 smoke detectors. There were also we observed 29 vacant structures while we were out. Another important.
Yes.
We get out in the community and see structures that are vacant, and we make note of that. But altogether, we provided fire safety information to over 300 citizens in the city last year. So we just couldn't be more pleased.
And of course, you don't know the impact that information has on those 300 people. And of course, it's also the benefit of you telling someone who perhaps shares that information with another family member, another neighbor that maybe is outside the radius, or just someone they come in contact with at work or church or wherever.
Right.
And that information spreads in the community.
Right.
And that helps you do your job and also helps keep the community safe.
It does.
Very good, very good. So again, Fire Safety Blitz program, 1-year anniversary. We're talking about it today. The program is going to continue. So again, you'll see fire and rescue personnel out there in the event that there is a situation where we have a fire. Again, in that 2-block radius, hitting the immediate area right there, and talking with people, sharing information, leaving behind great tools like again the yardstick or the door hanger or that information, talking about the passport program. And again, that's a very important thing that I think sometimes maybe we don't give it enough attention,
Right.
and we want to make sure we get that information out there. You did a great job explaining what it is and the benefits you potentially can reap from that program at a very minimal cost.
Right.
And so again, just some of the things that the Fire and Rescue Department is doing here in the city of Suffolk to certainly respond to emergencies when they occur, but also prevent those emergencies from happening by having this information out there and the resources that you and your department provide.
Yeah. And one final thing
Yes,
I'd
sir.
like to mention, none of this can happen without the hard work of the men and women of Suffolk Fire and Rescue. They continue to perform at a high level. The heroism, the bravery that they display on a daily basis. I'm just honored to lead such a great group, and it's the men and women that go out and knock on doors and put this information out there, and we're grateful for just a tremendous workforce.
Well, we appreciate you being part of the team here in Suffolk. Everyone in the Fire and Rescue Department, as you said, the great men and women who make up this department and make the department click, so to speak,
Right.
in the community.
Right,
So,
exactly right.
gentlemen, I want to thank you both for being with us today on this very important edition of Safety First. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. We will see you next time.